Hello everyone, it's Mr. Cartwright. So I'm hoping you're all staying safe and that you're staying well. Now in today's video on Scratch Again, we're going to be having a look at this time how we can make things move around our screen. So we're going to be looking at using our arrow keys to make our fish swim underwater and using them to change the direction he swims in. So let's have a look at how we could do that together. So when you load Scratch, you're going to have a screen that looks exactly like this. You're going to have your cat already loaded in your preview area. Now we know we don't need the cat because we're going to be using a fish underwater. So just like before, we're going to go down into our sprite area. We're going to go over the circle bin icon and we're going to press it and you'll see our cat disappears. Now because we have no sprites, it's going to go straight away to our backdrops. Well, we know exactly which backdrop we're going to be using for this project because we're going to be underwater. So I'm going to go down to my choose a backdrop button at the bottom right. I'm going to filter it to underwater. Now by filtering I mean that when I press on my underwater button, it is going to remove everything other than the backdrops that are underwater. It makes it a lot easier for us to find themed backdrops that we might want to use. So I have two underwater backdrops. I'm going to choose the first one. You could choose the second. It's entirely up to you. And there I have it. I have my underwater backdrop. Now we don't need to add any code to our backdrop, so we can move straight on to adding in our sprite. So I'm going to go down to my choose a sprite button at the bottom right of the screen again. And I know that a fish is an animal, so I can press on my animals filter. And that's only going to show me the animal sprites. Now I'm going to look for my fish so I can see him at the bottom of the screen. And there we have our fish added into our project. Now we need to start adding events so our fish knows what to listen to. So it knows that when we do something, it is going to do the code that we put there. So I'm going to go to my events. Now last time we had a look at when this sprite clicked. Today we're looking at when we press buttons, so we want when space key pressed. Now we're not actually going to be using the space bar, that's just the first option that Scratch has for us. If I press this little white triangle that is by the word space, it is going to open a menu for me. I'm going to choose my up arrow. I'm then going to go into my motion because I'm looking today at movement. I want my fish to move. And I'm going to drag over move 10 steps. Make sure you get the shadow. That means that your block will connect to the event that we've already put in. Now when I press the up arrow on my keyboard, my fish moves. So have a go at pressing the up arrow on your keyboard and see if your fish moves forward 10 steps as well. Now if we change this number 10 to 1, a smaller number, he's not going to swim as fast, he's going to swim very slowly. If I change it to 20, a much higher number, he's going to swim a lot faster. So how big our number varies determines how fast our fish is going to swim. Now I'm going to go back to my events because I don't just want my fish to swim forwards, I want to be able to turn him as well. So again, I'm going to go to when space key pressed. I'm going to drag it into my coding area. I'm going to press on my triangle and I'm going to look for left arrow. So your event should now say when left arrow key pressed. I'm going to go back to my motion because turning is another form of motion in our code. I'm going to choose turn 15 degrees. Look very carefully at the direction of the arrow. So I'm going counterclockwise because when I press left, I want him to turn counterclockwise in a left direction. I'm going to move that into my code area and connect it under my when left arrow key pressed event block. So now try pressing your left arrow. You should see that your fish turns in a counterclockwise direction. So now, using the two, you can start to move him around the screen into all the different areas you might want your fish to go. But we don't just want him to be able to turn left, we want him to be able to turn right as well. So I'm going to go back to my events. When space key pressed, I'm going to drag it into my coding area, and pressing my white triangle this time, I'm going to press on right arrow. I'm going to go back into my motion, and this time I'm going to drag in turn 15 degrees, but with the clockwise arrow. So again, make sure you're looking very carefully at the direction of the arrow in your code block. I'm going to drag it into my code area, connecting it with the shadow, and that should be everything I need to do to make it so I can move my fish around the screen. So there we go. So with just 3 different event blocks looking for when we're pressing different buttons on our keyboard, we can make it so we can make our fish swim around our underwater backdrop. And there we go, that's how we can make our computer listen to the keys we're pressing and make things move by doing so. So I hope you've all enjoyed this project. Maybe you might want to have a go at changing some of the numbers so he turns a lot faster or a lot slower. And I hope you're all staying safe and staying well. And I will see you with my next Scratch project.